Psalm 118, verse 22, for my money, is one of the key verses in the entire Bible. There we read, "The stone that the builders rejected has become the chief cornerstone." This is the word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. This text gets picked up by Matthew, Mark, and Luke with reference to Jesus, where Jesus is the one who is rejected, the one who is crucified and executed, the rejected one, who turns out to be the cornerstone of the entire household of faith. Now, this principle of the rejected one becoming the absolutely essential one becomes a core Christian instinct. Whenever we see people being rejected, see people being scorned and pushed to the side, see people being demonized and humiliated, we know that the power of God is very likely to be at work in some mysterious way among and in and through the ones who are being rejected. It is almost as though the world's rejection generates some kind of mysterious holy space, almost a kind of vacuum into which the grace and the power of God can come. Now, this should lead the church to a particular kind of solidarity with people who are being rejected and shunned and humiliated and scorned in any given situation. It does not necessarily mean that we have to take on the beliefs of those who are being scorned, but it does mean that we are called to stand with them, insisting that they be treated with dignity and with respect. Whenever anyone is rejecting someone, kicking someone out, kicking someone to the curb, the church knows that Jesus is very likely to be found sitting with them. Now, this will likely play differently for us depending on whether in a particular moment we are being rejected by others or whether we are the ones who are doing the rejecting. Typically, when we are the ones doing the rejecting, we will tell ourselves that we have very good reasons for doing so. The ones that we are rejecting are dangerous. They are a threat. We must eliminate them and get them out. But people said the same kinds of things about Jesus. The powers that be in His day found Him to be dangerous and a threat who needed to be eliminated. So Jesus is a regular check on our temptation to reject and scorn others, whomever they might be. If, however, we are the ones who are being rejected, then we will take a whole lot of comfort in the knowledge that Jesus will never leave us. At the end of the Gospel of Matthew, Jesus says, "I will be with you always." Now, this does not mean that Jesus will never correct us or judge us, for Jesus wants our lives to be shaped by His grace. But it does mean that He will never reject us and abandon us. And Jesus can use our experiences of rejection to shape us in the form of His cross. Earlier in the Gospel of Matthew, we read, "Blessed are you when people revile you and persecute you and utter all kinds of evil against you falsely on my account. Rejoice and be glad, for in the same way they persecuted the prophets who were before you." The ones who are rejected have a particular and special place in God's kingdom. Friends, have a good week, and we'll see you soon.